Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review Money Monster, starring George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and Jack O'Connell, and directed by Jodie Foster. Uh, this is such an intense thriller. There's been some mixed reviews. It premiered at Cannes Film Festival the other day, so they asked us to hold our reviews because they were having a big red carpet premiere and they were doing all their publicity and press, and they didn't want to be overshadowed by a bunch of bad reviews. That's understandable. But this movie plays out in real time. And there's where the thrills lie. And not only the subject matter, but just the way Jodie Foster, she's a really good director. Let's do the setup for the movie. You've got George Clooney. He plays a kind of a Jim Cramer type, that does Mad Money on the financial network. And he gives out stock tips. He gives out financial advice. And one of these huge corporations lost $800 million in one day. The CEO and all these guys were doing something, they call it a computer glitch, but something else was going on, obviously. And Jack O'Connell shows up as an average working Joe, someone who took his life savings and listened to Clooney's character to invest this money, saying it was a sure thing, and he did all this stuff like that. So what does the guy do when he loses all his money and he's just at the end of his rope? And he's not the only one. He storms into the studio, puts on at gunpoint, makes Clooney put on a bomb jacket, something there, and he's finger on the dead man switch. And says, look, I want an explanation. I want to know why you cheated the people of America. I want to know why the system is rigged. All these political statements, that are just ripped right out of our headlines. The current election right now is being argued about the 1% and income inequality and the corruption of Wall Street and the campaign finance reform and the amount of money that corrupts politics. All of this is just brewing in this movie. And George Clooney's amazing in this because you've seen him in all different kinds of roles, but here he plays this really obnoxious TV show host who kind of realizes for the first time in his 20-year career that, maybe he is doing the wrong thing or maybe he's part of the problem. And then you have Julia Roberts, who plays the technical director, who's sitting there just being stoic and working through this crisis, and she's just calm and reserved, but she's intelligent. She's thinking a couple steps ahead. It's also a satire on television, like Network, one of the greatest screenplay ever written. That, when this is also about ratings, because they're doing this all on live television. So it's great that in the beginning, Julia Roberts is like, everyone get out of here. If you can get out of here, be safe. And then she's like, all right, get this person on the phone. All right, get the camera down there. She starts thinking like a producer. So the movie has a balance of humor and also some tense moments. And I just think that the political statement is just so relevant in this day and age. Now, I'm not going to be political because I'm not going to sit here and tell you where I skew one way or the other. So the movie's plot is like ripped right out of a 60-minute story, because there was a story on there about how trades are done now by computers for penny stocks or selling and buying, all at like a ridiculous rate. It says people don't even do it anymore. It's all done by computers. All this money, all these billionaires and millionaires, they make all this cash by using these algorithms. I don't even understand how it all works. And that's what the plot of the movie is. Neither does Kyle. Jack O'Connell's character comes in and goes, what does that mean there was a glitch? What does that mean that, it's done by, computer formulas? And it's just really, the movie tries not to get, complicated and tries to explain to the average Joe what happened and the pursuit of truth. And I just think Jodie Foster does a great job in this. I love the balance of the humor and the tension, and I just think I love these kind of movies. I love political movies. I love thrillers like this. I love things that expose television for what it is, just like Network. I just love that film. If you've never seen Network, it's the greatest screenplay, Paddy Chayefsky. It's the greatest screenplay ever written, one of the greatest films of all time. It's so relevant today. It predicted where television was going back in 1974, 75, and it's still true today by making news and television entertainment, like Inside Edition and Extra and all those kind of shows. It predicted that. So while you're watching this movie, you're thinking to yourself, yes, there's this drama unfolding, there's this hostage situation, but also it's television, it's ratings, it's money. There's the big picture. So check out Monster Money. I always get the title of this wrong. Monster Money, Mad Money, Money Monster. I got it, okay? It took me a couple times because I keep thinking of Jim Cramer's show, Mad Money, and I keep, definitely. I'd love to know what he thinks of that movie. I looked online to see if the Kramer had a statement about the movie, but nothing yet. So I'm dying to see what he says, so. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check out my podcast on iTunes. And if you like what you see, please comment below, subscribe, share, thumbs up. I'd love to know what you think of this movie. I love hearing from you guys. It's so much fun to go back and forth and debate stuff with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. I'll see you next time.